Hello there, YouTube. This is Transformers fan G138, and I'm here with my initial thoughts on Mastermind Creations Reformatted 14 Commotus. This is their version of the IDW Transformers. Wow, I am totally drawing a blank on his name right now. Turmoil. There we go. As you can see, this is his alternate mode. It's a space mortar. Kind of cool vehicle mode, I think. Nice tread-looking units. Definitely Turmoilish. We got these scoops, which are kind of cool. Although I do have a problem with one of them constantly falling off. I think some super glue might be in order. But, you got the nice adjustable unit here, and these pistons are a cool added detail. When you move them, the pistons move too. Although, supposedly, when you take these out, you get a lot more rotation with it, but I don't think I'm going to put it in this mode that often. This might be the last time I do it for a really long time, just because I got him to be Turmoil, which means robot mode. To me. So overall, he's still got a pretty cool. They don't do the Hasbro thing, and they don't put the stupid little wheels that don't work on the bottom of them. Instead, he just sits here and looks pretty. But overall, I think the vehicle mode is a fair success, considering Space Mortar. Okay, so I do want to take, before I get into transformation, I do want to take a look at the box here. This is really cool. They did some cool, like, green light piping here on the mask. This is a magnetic opening on the box where you can open it up and see the character inside. You got a cool piece of art, like reminiscent of the Last Stand of the Records covers. So that's pretty cool. 14 Commotus. Centurion. Either way, it does show some really cool pictures of him here on the back. Some really cool poses. And overall, it's a really nice box, although it did come in a little dinged during shipment, which I was kind of surprised. I'm usually get really good quality stuff from Big Bad Toy Store. But the box isn't a deal breaker or anything. This guy was 99 bucks. So at $100 in price tag, he is very expensive, but he is also a third party and more limited quantities than, say, Starscream. So, first thing to do when you transform this guy, pull this fusion cannon right off the top, and then come down a little ease, and we'll untab legs. They're pegged on this tab and here. We peg here and here. So do that on both sides. So flip those down. Not quite all the way around. I'm just going to readjust the camera again. And then the side panels untab from inside here to here. And then same on that side. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold these together. All these panels slide together, and then they should line together. These two panels do move, and there's a reason for that. Because when we flip those up, flip this down. When we get this down here, we'll spend some time flipping it around and putting it under. That is now your foot. And this is a panel to move to actually add more articulation. Now we'll do the exact same thing on the other side, and of course we'll lock that into place. That might be more helpful. There, untab that, tab it into that side. And there you have most of the legs formed. So, at this point, this is very important when you're transforming them, the way these are folded. This is like that. So we'll rotate this so it lines up. Rotate this whole thing down. And then rotate it again. So again, that's side, whole unit, down. So now that is ready to go. Next, this is kind of fun. We're going to kind of just move these pistons. Then we're going to fold them down. I'm going to keep these up for the time being. And we're going to untab the arms. Now this piece is a separate unit, and they do send an extra one inside the little envelope. One side's a little longer than the other, so it stays pegged in. So we just kind of pull these down, these kind of accordion back in there. They feel a little flimsy, but so far, so good. They're made out of a little softer plastic if you feel them. And once they're out like that, you can kind of just position the flaps up here any way you want them. And then back here, there's two tabs that swing around on a hinge. We fold them back on each side. And that unlocks this unit, which will push down. This pegs into the upper body when you go to transform. This whole unit, grab and rotate around. Just like that. So now we have most of the torso done. Just gonna adjust the camera a little bit and the lights. Because we get a lot of shadow here. There we go. So, at this point, we're gonna grab this whole unit kind of like tabs into the main body. We're gonna kind of try that. Loosen this up here without breaking anything. So far it does make some loud pops and noises, but it seems to all go back into order without too much problem. Oh man, this is really stuck on there. Just trying to get this panel to come loose. Sorry for the jump there, guys. So when this is pegged in, it helps if you turn this a little bit so this panel isn't here. To bend it down, give it a little more force, and then it pops right off. So once you have it that way, we're going to spin this around. Whee! These are going to get folded down. This whole unit gets folded up, and these two tab into these two. Once you line it all up, it just goes in nicely. And then you take these, and these tab into here. I swear this is only being difficult because I'm on camera. It's usually how it works, right? So you fold this in, tap it, and there we go. Sorry if that was a little dark. I'm trying to get it in the light here. Alright, so at this point, we're going to just fold down these arms, kind of rotate the hand arms so they're there. We're going to pull these down, down again, and we're going to just rotate them forward. And there we have his torso transformed. Now, we're just going to grab this panel up top. And this is where we kind of just have to use some force. The first time I did it, did not want to come off very well. Then we're going to flip out the head, snap that into place, and snap the whole unit back. And at this point, we now have the entire figure in robot mode. Now we have these movable panels in the front, as well as the positioning of the foot, so you can really get him in some cool, very balanced poses. Overall, he's a very light figure. He doesn't weigh all that much, but during certain parts of the transformation, he gets very top-heavy, and he's very easy to... so watch out for that. Just gonna adjust the camera a little bit again. And then the cannon. Now, there's a couple ways you can do the cannon. You can just put it in his hand. This is the way I prefer to do it. That way, I'm not misplacing anything. There we go. And you can hold it like a gun. This is a fusion cannon, so it's got a big kickback, I assume. Oh, we got that. And then the second option is take out the hand completely and put in the fusion cannon. Because in the comic books, it kind of is his arm. So you can do it that way as well. I prefer putting the hand in and having him hold it. That's just my opinion, because this can still move all the way around, just like the hand can. Back off, put the hand back in. But it's whatever you decide. It's your figure. That's kind of why they left it up to you to decide whether you wanted it as a hand. The shoulder panels do have some rotation to them, so you can get some different types of shoulder panels, depending on what kind of style you're going for. Any of these kind of look good. That's just my opinion. Certain positions of this could limit the articulation. Speaking of articulation, we have a ball and socket joint with a hinge for the foot with an extra hinge. These panels are on hinges, so you can get some crazy good poses. We have a 90 degree, it's really close to 90 degrees. I'm not quite comfortable calling it 90, but it's 88, 89 degree there. It's pretty close. Swivel, dual swivel, hinge, little rotation problem, but you can get a little more out of it if you do something like that. And then, of course, hinge here as well. A little bit of limited motion due to just panels being in the way. We do have a waist swivel, which is always nice to see on one of these things. And, of course, we have 360 rotation there. Hinge. The armor's on the hinge. We also have a swivel. And a double elbow, although I recommend only using the top one, as the panel tends to like to fall off. Those are the claws I was telling you about before. And then we have a ball and socket head, and he's got quite a bit of our motion in the head. And I do like the metallic paint they use for his visor. They did not have the alternate head for this one. In the comic books, he ends up having an eye patch at some point, which is kind of cool. Considering he ended up pirating a time ship. And then got some cool blasters and it's built into his chest and sides. I mean, he was overall pretty cool. Now, for $100, what size are you getting? Because this is the one thing I was concerned about, is the overall size, because I couldn't find very many size comparisons. But I think the best one would probably be the Drift mold, considering their comic mates. This here is the newer Deadlock. From eHobby. He's a little dusty, unfortunately. I'm having a dust problem. Which is probably why I'm sneezing so much. But really cool figure. So bad guys. And then, of course, why not show them off with the original Drift? Because there we go. So he is approximately a Voyager in size. Do I have a Voyager? Here is with the new Sentinel Prime figure. So he is almost identically sized for a Voyager. That being said, thumbs up. I feel like he's about as good a quality, if not better, than Hasbro. Although with this particular guy, you don't need a lot of detail with. Although they did definitely put it in. This guy does share a mold mate with their version of Impactor, which I do not know the name for offhand. But he does come with a great instruction manual, although a little difficult to follow in certain spots. I think it is very comprehensive and very explanatory. And that ship bears a very striking resemblance to the Daedalus from Stargate. I am pretty sure that's exactly where that's from. I'm going to have to go look at a picture of the Daedalus now, because that looks very, very important. So yeah, he's got a full color comic book in here as well. And issue 14. So I guess if you collect all of them, you get a nice story. For once, it's in English, instead of having another one that's not. But either way, free packing comic. Some parts, and a collector's card with tech specs. Now, this card is more like a credit card in feel, not the cardboard ones that Hasbro's producing. So, strength 10, intelligence, blah, blah, blah. Courage is also 10. And firepower is 9.5. I think these might be a little bit inflated, but he is definitely a powerful character. So, there he is. Reformatted 14 Commotus Centurion. Centurion must be the name of the other one, if I remember correctly. Anyway, all the same, very, very, very cool, and he's definitely going on the shelf next to Deadlock, because he's awesome. Hey, with that, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please post in the comments down below, and I will get back to you. Yeah. See ya.